Hey, shout out to my clients and my patients who are doing their writing, including my students. I'm going to tell some stories and I'm going to tie in the relevance of handwriting, such as cursive, and my experiences over my lifetime and how they've proven over and over and over the importance of handwriting your goals. So even now, my professor that I had for the last few years, Professor Junior Oliveira, he would say, Anna, every time you learn a technique, write it down. Even if you just throw it away, just write it down. And that's very in line with when I was in marching unit. I was in flag team all 4 years, and my colonel would have us draw stick figures and we'd have to turn it in. We'd have to handwrite each move, and every move had a stick figure, and it was our assignment. We also, in that team, had to have, I think to be in a sport, you had to have at least a 2.0 or a 2.5. In marching unit, they needed you to have a 3.0, and this is in high school. And in our flag team, every one of us had over a 3.5. That was something that we were very proud of. One of the things that we all had to do was handwrite every stick move, a stick figure move. And we won over and over and over, we won. And we carried on that tradition until I became colonel. So from when I was a freshman to a senior, I kept that habit. And in my college years, I went to University of San Francisco. In my college years, I had this fun hobby of studying Hung Sing Trolley Foot in San Francisco. I studied under, at the time, Master Tat Ma Wang, and he would, I remember we had a competition in Maryland, and this is something I usually don't tell people, but I did compete in different forums, and I was very busy because I was in college, I was taking classes, and then I was also working in the Kung Fu studio, so teaching and running the office, and I was in my late teens, so I was like 18, 19, and I was busy. And I remember I had this competition coming up, and I remembered in high school I had to, draw stick figures. So there's a reason why I'm sharing this, so just bear with me. So I'm like, all right, I got this competition coming up in a few days. I didn't have a lot of time to come to practice, and I drew every move in my mind. On the plane, I think it was Delta, or I forgot which airline, and this was in the 1993 or something like that, and I drew every move of my forms, different forms, and I drew it. And I'm not much of a drawer. I mean, in college I used to draw anime, the whole detailed, but these were just stick figures. And I was in the plane writing, handwriting. So I know I have some of you guys, all of you guys that are doing the work, handwriting, cursive, and I draw each move of the Kung Fu forms, both without and with weapons. And I ended up, and the person till this day, I am, it is now 2023, and I'm turning 50, and I still remember to this day that girl who took first place, I'd seen her in the other competitions, and she was far more advanced than us, but I tied for second, and I had to compete again, and I ended up taking second. So it irked me that I didn't take first, but I was okay with losing to that one chick because I knew her caliber. And then in adult forms, I think out of like 75 people, I took number 7 or 8. And that was a big deal for me because I'd never competed in forms, so with weapons. And in that particular weapon, it was a staff. It was just a stick, a long stick. And that's the story I want to share, that is an important criteria in that part of my life. And then as I started taking personal growth classes, handwriting is an important detail of my training. And so if you go to successfulacupuncturist.com, like those colleagues / students of mine who, if you go to the success stories, they're making 3,000 more, 40,000 more, 300% more within a few weeks to a few months. They all have been required to write, handwriting. And there's a workbook that I have, and people say, oh, can I have the PDF? No, you can't have the PDF. You actually have to have the book, because I need you to handwrite in the book. I did end up creating a PDF, but if you're typing, that's not going to create the magic. You actually have to handwrite. So I want to give a shout out to a couple of patients. We'll call them J and S. And I just want to say thank you for handwriting. I don't read your writing. I don't want you to feel like I'm checking on your grammar or feeling your emotions while you're writing. I want you to just free write your goals. I just read recently, how true it is, I don't know, but I just read recently on, I think it was on YouTube, someone like had one of those pictures, 3% of the population write the goals, and the other 97% work for those people who write the goals. My mom started teaching me how to write my goals when I was 5. I was reading when I was 3. So my kids go to a completely different school. They don't read and write until later. But once they start reading and writing, they devour the material. So I just happened to write really early in life, and handwriting, journals and journals. You can write bad stuff, but I prefer that you write what you want, so you focus. You get what you focus on most of the time. You get what you want wants you. And if what you're writing, you're creating these new neural pathways, and you're writing exactly what you want. Even if you just throw it away and you never read it again. I don't always reread what I wrote. I wrote it because I'm always just writing, there's so many relics and stories of people who've very famous and wealthy people who've written, and my mentors write. And when I was in Dr. Tan's, I'm a direct student of the late Grandmaster Dr. Richard Tefutan. And he wouldn't give us he gave us handouts, but it was very few and far between, because he said he wanted us to write it. Because when you write it, you actually you create new neural pathways, and you're creating a whole, now we're going into neuroplasticity and stuff like that, but you're not the same person once you start writing. You're not the same person once you start doing the assignments I give you. I started practice in 1999, 2000, and without going into the story, because it's in so many of my other videos, repeated multiple times, but especially in the fertility videos, 2019 to 2022, when I was very on top of people to write. Oh my gosh, my success rate went really sky high. But it's not just the writing, people. You also have to do the acupuncture 2 more times a week. You also have to do the herbs. You also have to do the moxibustion. You also have to do the qigong. There are a bunch of other things besides just writing. Writing's just one part of it. So that's my message. There are a few of you. There's another Jay that I want to give a shout out to. She's a therapist. She gets it. She writes the stuff. Who else is writing things? When you're writing, you create a new brain, you create a new mind, you create a new person, you even create a new persona. You really get to know yourself. And it could be one sentence, just write one sentence. This is what I want. And this isn't limited to being a fertility client. This is for everyone. And, it should be a fundamental activity in your life. So Dr. Tan would always say, time, money, relationships. Time, money, relationships. Those are the things people freak out about the most. And I add to that health and freedom. I mean, we could just see right now the state of the world, how freedom is so critical. It's not something many people have. Freedom of speech is not something every person gets to enjoy. I'm a woman and it is late and I'm outside by myself. That's a freedom not all women have. I'm traveling very soon by myself, and that's a freedom many women don't have. So I don't take that for granted. So time, always feeling like you're in a rush, but who controls your time? There's a new activity that I'm doing, and I have an alarm set every hour, Monday, Wednesday, every weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every hour, I'm just gonna take a moment and really feel what it is that I want. And so that's a whole different topic. I've never done that with that intention every hour, Monday through Friday. And there's actually sometimes Saturday and Sunday that I'm going to, not every hour, just so I can give myself a break. So pay attention to your writing, okay? It is very late, it is past 10 p.m. And when you are excited about something, you don't make excuses. If you don't have a passion for something, it's very easy to say, I don't have the energy. But woke up early, got my kids ready, got my kids to school early. Then I went to work. I normally do my own jiu-jitsu privates. But today I went to work. Then I picked up my son past noon. Then we had a whole day with my husband and my kids. And then I assisted teaching the babies at 4, and then assisted teaching the elementary school students at 5:15. And those were the 2 jiu-jitsu classes. And I usually assist teenagers at the 5:15, but today was the elementary. And then I drove my kids home, and then I came here to a different gym to go work out. And in between I'm working. So when you're excited about something, you don't make excuses. You don't say, I don't have the energy. I mean, I take cat naps, 5 to 20 minutes, but I don't need much to be inspired. So if you don't feel inspired, you might want to write. Even if it's something as simple as, I want to feel inspired about something. I want to feel really inspired about something. That can really change your life. All right, so there are so many reasons why you need to write. There are so many books written about it, but you might want to just, you can do the research if you want, but I recommend just writing every day of your life with no expiration date. Just write till the end of your life, even if it's one sentence. Okay? All right, take care. If you want to visit my website, it's elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. If you'd like to visit me as a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, a licensed acupuncturist and a board certified acupuncturist. I've been in practice since 1999. June 22 started my 25th year in practice. If you are an acupuncturist and you would like to increase not just your number of patients per week, but really fall in love with Chinese medicine, then check out successfulacupuncturist.com. And I'm really happy to work with all of you, and thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Just check out my most recent videos. I did one on healing from physical and emotional pain, my perspective, Dr. DeLopo's perspective, and how you talk to yourself, especially in regards to fertility. So any chronic severe issues, the Elements in Harmony healing team and I are here to help you. You can check out our doctors. We have a new addition, Dr. Huijia Deng, and Huijia is her first name, Deng is her last name. She speaks Mandarin and Cantonese and English fluently. We also have Pam Cower. She's a licensed acupuncturist and a registered nurse. You can look these women up on my homepage. You'll see it, and then also on other pages on elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. We also have Dr. Shore Omidi, S-H-O-H-R-E-H, I believe. Omidi, O-M-I-D-I. And then she's also a prosthetist and orthotist, and she's an MBA, and so her initials as a prosthetist is CPO. I think it's a certified prosthetist orthotist. as well as being a doctor of acupuncture and oriental medicine. Dr. Dang is a doctor of acupuncture and herbal medicine. We all practice herbal medicine. And same thing with Pam Cower. And we also have Nicole Davidson, who has over 20 years experience as a neuromuscular sports therapist and a massage therapist. So we have a great team. And I'm really excited to share some new news regarding another partner coming in. All right, so come check us out. We do acupuncture, anything for pain. I specialize in the most chronic and most challenging fertility and high-risk pregnancy cases. And yeah, we're just here to help you when any kind of pain you have. If you need care, integrative medicine, especially if you're going through any procedures right now. All right, so we're here to take care of you. Thank you so much.